Now, according to the Detroit Free Press, the site known as the Detroit Dock allegedly collapsed under the weight of large aggregate piles that were stored there at the site during Thanksgiving weekend. Due to the timing of the collapse, the spill went unnoticed to many responsible state and federal environmental regulatory agencies. EPA officials were not aware of the collapse until contacted by the Windsor Star on Wednesday, December 5th.
Who cares? I mean, aggregate piles of what, like dirt and rocks and stuff.
Oh, there's a little bit more in there. That site contained nuclear materials from the Manhattan Project. Remember the Manhattan Project? It was a little before your time. It was the construction of the atomic bomb for World War II. Anyway, it was full of uranium rods that were constructed there, and this was rated high for residual contamination. Well, now it just fell into the river, and no one noticed it for over a week.
This sounds like something that a Batman villain would do.
Yeah.
He'd go, they won't notice that all of the uranium rods dumped into the river because it's Thanksgiving weekend. And then Batman would swoop in and be like, I don't think so. And then he'd beat the crap out of him. Wait, this isn't fiction.
No, in fact, in similar news, Germany is looking for a place to store its nuclear power plant waste since they shut down all 7 of their reactors after the Fukushima disaster in 2011. Now, they only need to find a place. Maybe you have a place on Airbnb. It has to be a kilometer underground that is stable with no water flow, and it's going to be sealed off sometime between 2130 and 2170.
And so how long is it going to be down there? Like, how long until it's no longer radioactive?
Well, so tens of thousands of years till you get to the half-life. So, I don't know, probably to be conservative, at least 100,000 years.
But like, what?
Yeah.
But we haven't, there's nothing on Earth that is that old that humans have constructed.
Right.
Like the pyramids, very old, not even freaking close to that.
Right.
So that would be like if we discovered the pyramids and there were like uranium rods in there and they were like, hey, get. There were a bunch of hieroglyphics of people being like, no, go away. This is dangerous stuff. We messed up and we made like, what?
Well, I mean, that's my problem with nuclear power. It's green because it doesn't, emit CO2, but then you have nuclear waste that you have to do something with. And
it's not very sustainable,
right?
Because the sustain part, that's too far in advance. You can't plan that far in advance.
We can't even plan. I mean, they want to close this off between 2130 and 2170. That's over 100 years from now. Like, humans aren't even going to remember what was happening 100 years past.
Right, you basically have to set up something. You know how, like, when you're like established in 1975 and you're like, wow, that car dealership or that furniture company was established in 1975. This would be like if it was like established in 18 whatever, and our job is to seal off this thing, like,
and keep it safe for thousands of years.
That's just ridiculous. Yeah. And the alternative is apparently you keep it on a dock on a river. You keep nuclear
up near
waste.
Canada. You just push it as close to Canada as you can.
Why would you ever
Your problem, Canada.
Why would you put nuclear waste Thanksgiving weekend on a dock?
You just said it.
On a river.
That's the plot. They got rid of it, didn't they?
Why?
It's gone now.
It's not. It's like the opposite of gone.
Well, it's gone for whoever's in charge of it.
It's so frustrating.
Oh, sorry, it's gone.
Right.
Yeah.